Hello and welcome. We are Dice and Adventure. We are a group of friends who enjoy telling stories. We use a very homebrewed version of D&D 5e to help us with them stories. I am Matt, the GM Dungeon Master, and today we have the players. I'll let them introduce themselves, starting with them.
Yo, my name's she, they pronouns. I'll be playing Raz today, who uses he, him pronouns.
I am Gizmo.
Hello,
Oh, that. Sorry.
Over it.
Yeah, I'm Gisborne. I'll be playing Lace. Both characters are he, him.
I am Adar, and I will be playing Gustav Wilhelm, an artificer.
Yeah, so that's the players for today. New face, but I'm sure he'll be able to keep up with us. And we're playing in a very different setting today, and we will dive straight in as the sun sets, chasing away the warmth and the light. The darkness begins to raise the vicious sands and the toxins from the ground. As the once beautiful ruins you now stand in look twisted and become maniacal as the darkness continues to pass over the chasing into the night. As you wait here, pins and needles hits you as the sand blows, this thick black dust of a sand hitting you in places you didn't realize you had places. You continue to look at the note you received, told you to meet at the old ruins, and you start to question whether it was quite the right idea. So now, Lace, can you introduce your character and what we see as he's waiting at these ruins?
Well, standing there in pretty dark coloured clothing, really dark navy blues and blacks with some kind of worn browns around the edges and sides. Rifle kind of strapped around his sides, very highlighting blue in the encroaching darkness with the blue goggles, and an overly sized sack on his back.
You're not alone waiting there. There is a slightly better dressed gentleman near you. He has quite the contraption on his back. And if Gustav, you would like to introduce what we see as your character stands there with Lace.
You're basically seeing a middle-aged gentleman, nice twirly moustache, beard, well-groomed, with some intricate goggles on his face and a nice hat on top, of course, with a more dusty brown coat hanging off his shoulders at this point. Like, nicely styled, but you can see that it's a bit more used. And as Sketch has pointed out, he's got this intricately made backpack on that you're not entirely sure what it's used for, but it's very mechanically put together.
Yeah, and as both of you stand there, you begin to wonder if it was the right idea to even begin to believe the hysteria of this note. After all, Alaric Cypher seems too much of a folk hero than an actual living hero. You continue to wait, and you can't help feel this chill that runs down your spines. And then you hear this chittering of what sounds like bones. And just this empty, hollow, sucking sound. And it gets louder. And the chittering of these bones get louder and louder. Can I get you two to make a perception check?
Fuck, of course. Natural 1.
Natural 1.
Fucking knew it instantly.
19.
19. So, Gustav, as you look around, you see Lace start to wipe away some of the dust that's like settled on his face mask he's wearing. And as you look, you just look in time to see this skinless black creature with 4 arms and 4 legs start to raise its body up to you, and it's got these giant pincers hanging from its mouth. These pincers, though, are like thick, like 3-inch blades that hang from its mouth, and they kind of clack together, and that's the kind of sound of bone you was getting. You get another chill as you hear another one raising not too far from you, and then another one and another one, and you realize that you're not alone in these ruins, but this isn't the company you was hoping for, and I need both of you two to roll initiative now.
Already, okay.
12. Total.
Oh wow, okay. 22 apparently.
Oh,
Don't worry, the good rolls are getting out early. I bet I'm going to start failing soon.
it's okay.
I got a 2.
Well,
Got a 19.
It lied to me before. It lied to me.
okay, so Gustav, you are prepared as these creatures. Some you've actually, you know what? It won't cost you an action or anything, but do me an investigation check as you're like preparing, as these things like start to lunge towards you.
25.
25, brilliant. So these things are actually something you've read about. These are actually shade scrapers, a kind of like, almost like a servant kind of army ant sort of thing to like their like questing beasts, you know, the foot soldiers of the monstrous overtop cities. And they come running, charging, and lunge towards you. Their bladed pincers snap towards you. What are you going to do, Gustav?
I was not expecting action this soon, but okay. Where do we find ourselves, to be fair? Like in ruins, you said, yes?
Yeah, so literally, so you're standing there and it's literally bare bones ruins. There's like bits of like what once could have been a building of sorts, like just a few bricks left laying there, but everything's covered with this dust and like this thick black dust with like a hint of purple like hues to it. A few pillars, nothing short of like nothing really cover. You're in like quite an open space.
All right. Oh, I'll pull out my gun for starters, the
Yep.
Lux hand cannon that you all graciously gave me. And I will aim it at the closest one for starters.
Yep, perfect. So the one that's like literally run towards you, mouth open, bone pincers open wide, ready to grab you. Yeah, so roll and attack, please.
That's a 16.
16, that does hit. As this, as it hits, this compressed bolt of light shoots from the hand cannon. If you can roll some damage for me.
That would be 8.
8 plus the radiant damage on top, you get 3.
Yes. That's the total. 8.
Oh, okay. So you shoot and it just like shoots it goes into the back throat, and you almost hear like this digestion sound start to occur in the thing's stomach as like it entered its mouth, and it just like looks at you, eyes now wide as it's found what it sensed when it come out of the ground. Anything else you want to do, Gustav?
Bonus action.
Yes.
I'm gonna get my Eldritch Cannon going.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
So I basically reach back to my side of my backpack, press a button on the side of it, and a little cannon just kind of unfurls on the top of it. And I guess I'll just stand on my shoulder for the moment.
Okay.
And can I use it right from the get-go, I'm guessing?
Yeah, you can take your first shot.
Okay, I'll make it a force ballista. Eldritch cannon in that case. And I'll have it shoot at the same guy. It's still alive, I'm guessing, the first one.
Yes. Still very much alive. Looking very satisfied for now, but still wanting to attack.
Somehow my cannon is better at shooting things than I am. That is 26 to hit. 26
definitely hits, yeah.
Also doing more damage than I am. Okay. It's 9 plus 5, 14.
14 points damage as this cannon pops up and just lets out like this shockwave that catches the creature square, and it kind of like stuns it slightly, and it like shakes its head and begins to rally and starts to scurry away from you actually with that impact of that shot. Anything else from you, Gustav?
That would be it for the moment.
Perfect. So the other 3 that you saw just starting to spawn out as you were looking around, they're going to round. So 2 of them are going to round on you, Lace, and 1 of them's going to run towards you, Gustav. So the 2 at you, Lace, are going to go for a bite attack. So that will be quite awful. 14 to hit on one and 15 to hit on the other.
They both miss.
Yeah, so they just like these bone-like bladed pincers go wide, and just you manage to move out the way just as you've cleaned your goggles enough for vision. And the one coming at you, Gustav, will be a 27 to hit. Does 27 hit, Gustav?
Yes, that would hit.
Perfect. I also need you to make a con save for me, Gustav, please.
All right.
As it hits you with 8 points of necrotic damage.
That's a 7.
7? So that's a fail. So you're also
actually no. I actually have +5 on that. So okay. 10. My bad.
10. Unfortunately, that is just not quite enough. So you're going to take an additional 14 points of poison damage.
Okay.
As like they slash at you, and you just, as they slash, you hear like this hissing sound as it like spits some venom as it slashes. That brings us to Lace. With now the 2 that's rounded on you, and you see one is like kind of fleeing the scene after this makeshift cannon's popped off on this gentleman. You're not quite sure who he is. Shoulder, it's that one's fleeing and one's rounded on him. So what are you going to do, Lace?
Pull the blade cannon off my hip. As I do, I will charge the blade.
Yep.
And I guess I'll slash at the one in front of me.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's still the same as it would be as a range attack, the modifier. Yeah. Okay. That's 6 plus 14.
14? That does, yeah, so 14 is their armor class, so that does just.
Perfect. So, 1 second. That's the one dice. 8. 13. 19 radiant.
19 radiant as you slash through this one. This one, you know what these creatures are, and you know why they appeared here, and you slash through one of them and like completely cleave off one of its pincers, and it like starts to rally off. Anything else from you, Lace?
Yeah, I guess I'll bonus action to disengage and just move my 30 feet away.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep, perfect. So you run away, but immediately as you run, one of them snaps their head to follow you. As you're still hearing like these bone chitterings from the pincers, you start to hear like this low humming that's like as you see like this blur of light just hovering over just in the background, and then it splits into two, and as this bike skids up, if Raz, you can describe what your character looks like as it's getting off this bike.
Yeah, kind of moving forward with a bit of swagger. He's wearing kind of black armor lined with some of this light energy, kind of radiating light blue. He appears to be a dull elf, so slightly pale purple skin. He's got a wide brimmed hat, and in his hand, kind of pulled out of a holster, is a revolver with a blade attached that seems to be made of the same light energy.
Perfect. And if you don't mind rolling initiative for me as you get off the bike and start to haul over to where these shard scrapers are. The second bike skids up to a stop, and coming off of that is this male figure wearing like this ruined cloak hood combo, this mask that's like just radiating the same light energy. Scars and tattoos cover his arms that he's laid bare. He just walks over carrying this big piece of metal, and as he starts to get off the bike, he walks, and then that walk turns into a sprint. He flicks his wrist, and this blade of pure light energy raises from the metal, and he lunges towards the shard scrappers. What did you roll for initiative, Raz?
26.
26. Perfect. And our Mr. Alaric. Oh, he didn't roll too badly either. Okay, so Raz, that brings you up to you. You see the two people you hand delivered the note to have been at the meeting point for some time, but these shard snappers have obviously come up after the dark. What are you going to do?
So I think you mentioned one was beginning to back away?
Yes.
Or like run away?
Yeah, correct.
Taking a shot, so charging up the revolver,
Yep.
and then taking a shot at that one for a 26 to hit.
Oh, that definitely hits.
Can we make that a distracting strike too?
We definitely can.
So that is going to be quite a lot. 17, I'm guessing piercing damage.
Yep.
13 radiant damage. And then another 7 from the distracting.
Perfect. So as you just get off your bike, kind of like with swagger, just walk up, pull out your gun, shoot, and this just like hits square in like the chest part of this shard scraper. It was like fleeing from Gustav after it was blasted with this concussive force. Completely just stops in his tracks as it's just left smoke in there as you just continue to walk past it.
And could he then point to, I believe it's Lace?
Yep.
And just say, why don't you take a shot at that one? And use Commanding Strike
Okay.
as a bonus action.
Yep.
So you can take a shot at one of them and add a d8 in damage if it hits.
yeah. So you can,
Okay.
Yeah.
Would I be able to use the rifle instead?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
I
right.
just- Awesome. So being told what to do. Fucking. It lied to me. That's 10 total.
Okay, so you quickly pull out your rifle, take a shot, and it just goes wide. Just this blast just ricochets off like the hide of this shade scraper. Sorry. Anything else from you, Raz?
That'll be his turn.
Okay, so that brings us to Gustav. So you've seen these two bikes come out. One guy's kind of like flicked his wrist, summoning this sort of light, running towards the fray, and then one figure you recognize a few weeks ago delivering you the note. So definitely not worried that these are enemies of yours.
Good to know. Well, in that case, seeing as the cavalry has arrived, I'm still fighting the one that's up in my face, I'm guessing, yeah?
Yep.
Can I use the bonus action of the cannon before I use my own action?
Of course you can.
I'm going to do that first. I'm going to have it fire first, because
Yep.
it should push the thing away 5 feet from me, because it's a force cannon.
Yeah.
What was the 2 hit? There it is. I lost it. Where was it again? Oh, there it is. Yes. Might be doing this wrong. I saw it before, but I lost it now. God damn it. Where is my 2 hit?
Let me see if I can help.
There we go. +8. I found it.
See, already helped.
Yeah. 19.
19. Yeah, that definitely hits. Yeah.
Okay. And then was it 2d8? 13 5. Oh, wow, 18.
18. So this blast hits it, and it kind of like rears its head, shakes, and like does fall back the 5 foot.
Right, which means I can attack it with my pistol.
Yes, you can.
Without having any disadvantages. 16.
16. Yeah, definitely hits, and another shot from your pistol.
9 damage.
9 damage, perfect. So you blast it, it's been reared back, and this time, seeing the effect of when you shot the one in the mouth earlier not having much effect, you shoot its outer shell and it just scorches it and like leaves this horrible burn. Anything else from you, Rouse?
Well, I'll turn back to the new arrivees and go like, well then, that took you long enough.
Perfect. And with that, that will shift us to the other guy that's just got off the motorbike, Alaric. He's going to charge at one of the ones that's rounded on you, Lace, and with his Lux Blade, he's just going to take a swing, trying to part it straight in the middle. So that's a 12, so he misses. As he goes to swing, it just twists in it. The sword twists in his hand, so he hits it with the metal bit. No impact because it just like repels off the skin. So Alaric just like, well, shit. And then he's going to try hit another swing. Come in. That one does hit, and you just hear like this satisfying sound of like a razor hot blade cutting through like butter, just sizzling and searing. So that will be 18 points of radiant damage. Just cuts through it, and this one just and like this purple ooze just like flickers out before the wound is cauterized from the heat of the blade, bringing us to the shard snapper. So the one that's still on you, Alaric, is going to like charge forward them 5. No, sorry, not Alaric. One still on you, Gustav, is going to charge forward that 5 foot, and that is going to go for another bite, which this time will be a 20 to hit.
Was on me, was it?
Yeah.
20 definitely hits, yes.
Okay. So that'll be 5 points of necrotic, and if you could also make me another con save, please.
I will do so. That would be a 15.
15. So that time, with that one, you take them on. Yeah. So this time, no additional poisoning effects. As like the acid goes to like spit from his mouth, and you just like kind of just ducked instinctively after the first one that hit you. One shard shade scrapers coming towards you, Lace. That will be a 22 to hit.
Yep, that will.
So that will be 8 points of necrotic, and can I get a con save from you, please?
Definitely. That's 18 total.
Yeah, perfect. So no additional thing from you. You've dealt with these before and are quite familiar that when they do bite, they spit this kind of toxin at you. So you brace yourself and kind of move just as this toxin comes flying towards you. The other one is
if I uncanny dodge.
Yeah, perfect.
Half damage.
Yeah. 100%.
What was the damage? Or did you not roll it yet?
No, I did roll it. It was 8 points of necrotic, I believe.
Ah, okay.
And then the last one is going to actually round on Alaric because it's not happy with that will hit Alaric, which will be 10 points of necrotic and con save for Alaric, which he succeeds. So no additional poison there. That brings us to Lace.
I don't get disadvantage when they're off my face, so you know what? I'm going to shoot it point blank, I guess.
Okay.
I swapped to the rifle, so might as well. That's not going to hit. That's a 13. Wait.
Which one are you hitting? Because there's one that's like right in front of you, but Alaric is behind it, so you would get advantage on that. But potentially, because you are shooting it point blank, it could hit Alaric as well. Or you've got the other one that's next to you. It's just
the one that's literally point blank at me is what I'm aiming at.
So that would be the one where Alaric is. So you do have advantage.
So I'd get flanking. Yeah. Okay. Well, that helps. That's an 18 now.
Yeah, that does hit. Just for a little bit of fun, roll me a percentile dice on top of that one.
We get them. There's that one, and where's the other one? There's the other one. That is 43.
43, nice. So this shoots through its hide. You hear it kind of like scream, perfectly severing where Alaric already started to cut through.
Oh, that's really nice. So that's an 11 and a 12 on the 2d12s. So that's 23 plus 5 for 28 radiant total.
Perfect. And then percentile dice as well, please.
That is... Oh, that's 60. 63.
63. Okay, so Alaric has to make a dex save, which he makes. So just as you like point blank blast through this, completely severing where Alaric started to cut through the center of it with his blade, you shoot, and he just manages to dodge out the way just in time before this bolt of light just punches through. But yeah, so anything else from you, Lace? As that shade scraper now hits the ground, so you've got 2 left.
I'll try hiding. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, potentially you could try at least.
That's why I've got the dark clothes.
Yeah. Try.
So 21 on stealth.
Okay, we'll see how that works. So Raz, that brings us to you now. You've got the one that's with near Gustav, and you got the one near Lace.
Raz is gonna tip his hat to Gustav in greeting. Seems like we showed up just on time. And take a couple of shots at the one nearest him.
Perfect.
That is 28 to hit.
28
I presume
will hit.
You can get sneak attack on this because...
Yes, because, yep.
For 15 damage.
Perfect.
Piercing, that would be. And... for 17 radiant too.
Perfect, yep.
Following that up in quick succession with another shot. For 25 to hit.
Yep, that also hits.
For 11 piercing. And great. 7 radiant.
Perfect. So, Gustav, as Raz tilts his hat to you in greeting, you just get blasted with like this purple ooze just as this shade scraper just hits the ground. And yeah, that will then bring us to your turn, Gustav, if there's nothing else from you, Raz.
Yep, that'll be his turn.
Okay. So yeah, Gustav, both the ones near you are down. There's one left over where Lace and this newcomer's come. But yeah, you're just covered in this purple ooze now.
Just kind of this is hard to wash out. Yeah, but he's still fighting, I'm guessing, yeah. So yeah. I will help him out to make sure he doesn't, get mauled. I'll have my force scan go first though. I'd say 12. Oh, I lost you there for a second.
Yeah, nothing came through.
The force cannon doesn't hit that time with the 12.
Okay, I'll hit him with my own gun then. Try to at least. That's a 12 again.
Oh yeah, so both shots just bit clogged with the purple ooze.
I think it's got to do not that you're rolling shit, it's just anything that has to do around you that just tends to roll shit.
Okay, so that will bring us to Alaric, who is going to take another slice with his blade. Like he's just going to move around you. That will not hit. Second slice also doesn't hit. You just see him like, and then he flips the blade over. Kind of goes for a reverse grip, trying to like slash high. Again, doesn't hit. Just both times. That shade scraper is going to go now, and I need you and Alaric to make a wisdom saving throw, please, as it just lets out like this kind of like vibrating screech.
That me, yeah?
Yeah, Lace and Alaric.
That's 17 total.
Oh, also 17. So you're both safe.
Wait, was it wisdom or charisma? Because
wisdom.
Okay, so it's 20 total.
Okay, perfect. Either way,
read the wrong one.
Yeah, both of you are safe. So it just lets out like this vibration and this screech. It kind of like enters you. You shake your head, and nothing comes of it. But yeah, you don't know why it let this out. That brings us to your turn, Lace.
Okay, are my glasses hidden just for, does it know where I am?
I'm going to say, because it didn't come to physically attack you, it just used an ability, I'm going to say technically you are hidden for all intents and purposes.
So I get advantage on shooting it in the face.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is it going to help? Oh, that's a 17, a 9. So yeah, 17, 25 total to hit.
That will hit, yep.
Awesome. Let's first roll this, which is 10 as 18, 23 radiant, and then 6, 9, 12, 14. So 23 radiant, 14 piercing as another shot goes through it.
Yeah, perfect. This shot blasts in the back of it. This giant hole now opens up around it. It's still not quite gone. It's like just hanging on. A gust of wind will take it out. Anything else from you, Lace?
I will move and then hide again.
Perfect. Yeah, so roll me a stealth. And Raz, that brings us to your turn as this last one. It refuses to go down.
17.
Perfect.
So seeing this figure kind of screech at Alaric and Lace,
yep,
it's going to kind of stop walking forward, revolver out, and try to kind of breathe in, breathe out, and take a steady shot. So that's with advantage, if that's all right.
Yep.
probably a good thing. That's a 20.
Yeah, 20 does hit. As you just calmed your pulse and just everything around you calm, taking nothing in as you take this shot.
I presume sneak attack is Alaric
Yep.
still. So that is 12 piercing
Perfect.
and 7 radiant.
Amazing. So as you take this last shot, you just hear this thud as this shade scraper just hits the ground. Again, this explosion of like purple just scatters. Alaric does get like the back of his already dirty cloak covered in it, but for now the place is kind of at a place where there's no other threats, at least for the moment. And Alaric kind of rushes over to where you are, Raz, and where you are, Gustav. Kind of goes to look for where the other individual disappeared to. Don't see him, so he just walks over to where you are, Gustav, and you are, Raz. Well, that was not quite what I had in mind. Apologies for the delay. I'm Alaric Cypher.
Pleasure to meet you. I am Gustav. I do advise next time that we decide to meet that we do not do it in a place that is so hostile to life.
No, I'm hoping after today we won't ever have to meet again, but noted.
I would also recommend that it isn't, on our own. Maybe come as a group next time. Just shaking the sand off myself as I get up.
Also noted. But again, if we pull this off, I don't think we'll ever have to meet each other again. But noted, I will put that on the Raz, make sure you make a note of that for next time.
It might be a great thing for general, yeah.
Good
Can
to
I
see what
charge?
they're capable of. So
Can I charge the blade on the pistol and go over to one of them and just carve a chunk of the skin
Yeah, if you want to.
to put into the backpack?
Yeah.
I will happily use a charge of the blade to do so because I know they'll actually cut through.
Yep. And Alaric's just like, well, like my friend Raz here said, at least we got to see that you can hold yourself together if things should be a bit hostile for where we're going.
Very well, I do understand this, but your letter that you sent us was very intriguing, I have to say. So, please do elaborate before we, head off further, because in all fairness, it sounds too good to be true, but it was so good I had to show up to see you in person at the very least.
Well, I definitely do agree it does sound too good to be true, but we are very lucky that it is the year we are in, because it's been exactly 50 years since Lumio City has raised from the ground, and every 50 years it comes back down to take out its waste and reload its supplies, all that good stuff. And if we time it just right, hence why we had to meet here of all places rather than in one of our comfortable under city bunkers, we can be on to the job of a lifetime. Enough light to power one of our cities for 100 years. Split
Kind of
4 ways.
Kind of visibly fighting, but the skin hasn't come through.
Yeah.
You know how mad it sounds trying to take on, Lumos? Of all the places, right?
True. And it does sound crazy, but who's more crazy, the man who suggests it or the people would follow him?
I think it's eventually the ones that pull it off are the craziest.
Fair. I'm sure we'll be fine. The guards won't execute us on the spot, at least. We will get a trial, so I've heard.
Yeah, from what I've heard, they're very biased. Especially to, lack of better terms, people like us.
Well, in a far fairness, if you do not want to get in jail, just do not get caught.
You know what? That must be the reason Raz found you, because that makes the most sense I've ever heard in my life.
If that was the reason that he found me, that would be very insulting to my skill set.
It was a part of it. And I think Lace's skill set might help too. With perhaps not facing him head on.
Oh, most definitely. Distance is my forte.
Well,
Speaking of distance, I'm like measuring how much hide he would need for like a spare set of clothing in the future, kind of thing.
okay, yeah, you'll definitely need a fair amount. These are even though these are about 20 foot long, they are still babies.
Yeah, not enough to
Yeah.
get off this one.
Yeah.
It's a good start, I guess. And I'm going to reload the rifle and gun preemptively because,
Okay.
I'd like to be prepared.
Sure. Just as you take out the fresh light to load into your gun, you start to hear more of the tapping of like more bones, and Alaric's just like, I wouldn't do that out in the open.
Yeah, no, I know better than that, but at the same time, I'd rather be prepared than dead.
Well,
And kind of just quickly do it.
You got a point. So here's the idea that I'm thinking we should do for now to just try and keep us out. Make sure any devices you have that have light are dulled. And if you just get some of the... And he looks at you, Gustav, he's like, well, Gustav's already ahead of this one. If you get some of the ichor that's come from the shard scrapers and cover yourself in a bit of that, you'll be able to at least stay out in the open for a little bit so we can discuss the plans going forward.
Well, seeing as I've got their goop on me anyway, yes.
So,
Well, that's not a hard task. Just elbows deep, taking this part of skin off.
100%. So, the plan is simple. Exactly 5 miles from here, we will get the landing of Luminos. When that happens, we will have precisely an hour's opening to get in the gate while they're taking out their waste. If we do not get in or out in that time, let's just call it quits and go home. Because as soon as they've got out all their waste, they put their shields back up and it is virtually impossible to get in or out without correct access. Of course. Raz, did I miss anything?
I think that's the main thing.
Okay. I probably should be open. We possibly aren't the only ones that are planning to pull this off. I had a slight run-in with the Solar Seekers, and a group of them are waiting out where Luminos City is supposed to land to go in the same way. Difference being they have some rules to follow, whereas we don't. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
They have a free pass and we don't. They're doing something for the city. They've bartered, bribed. Which word would you like to use?
No, I mean, they have to do what their heads of them tell them what to do. So, whereas we can kind of,
Play on the fly.
wing it. Yeah. Any questions?
Yeah, do you think this is enough to make a set of boots at least?
Possibly.
No, I don't think so either. Eh. If you get a decent enough craftsman, maybe. I'm just gonna go over while it's still charged. I just take off one of the the fangs
Yeah.
again, and just maybe I can find a use for this as well.
Okay. Perfect. As you're doing that, Alaric just looks at Gustav and Razan's just like, did he bang his head before I got here?
We just have to work with him together instead of living with him. It should be fine.
Right.
With a passive of 20, would I hear that?
Yeah, I mean he's not being quiet about it.
Well,
As
there's a
I
reason you
said.
guys didn't find me in a city.
Unique set of skills.
I don't doubt the unique part. So, and then Alaric goes over to his bike and he gets a set of the Luminos City Guard armor off of it, and he's like, I've acquired this, so I will be your man on the inside. So should you get in trouble, just shout really loudly, guys. No, please don't shout. And he gives you like this tiny little earpiece to put in your ear, so you can all be connected and communicate with him while he's there. You three, make sure you're there within time. I mean, you got 5 miles to cover. You do have a landhopper. There is one of them nearby, which could cover it quick enough. However, it's not charged. I couldn't find enough light to charge it. I don't know if any of you will be able to work on that, if you have any resources, but I'm going to start making my way to the drop-off point and take my position. If anything, make sure you communicate any changes in the plan, any ups and downs, any lefts and rights. Okay? Does that sound good with everyone?
Dark. Shall I
You
make
got
do?
it, boss?
Can't complain. Even if this goes badly, I've got my prize.
I mean, that's fair. So, and then he looks at you again, Raz, and he's just like, are you sure?
I think there's more than meets the eye.
I hope so. Okay, so I'll meet you in the city, hopefully.
Stay safe, boss.
I will try my best. I do have these, however, if you should need them. I don't know if you all want to get to the... If you all like getting up close and personal, but I do have these Lux blades. Sorry, these Lux swords. You can't have my Lux blade, that's mine. These Lux swords, they all have 1 charge remaining on them if you need to get close and personal in close quarters. So he just hands out one to you, Gustav, 1 to you, Raz, and then he like kind of throws 1 over to you, Lace.
But don't need it.
Well, potentially
I
you could
guess.
sell it.
Oh, most definitely.
Or maybe you could break it and try and harvest the light for it. I don't know. Think outside the box.
When he said break it and harvest the light, I'm going to take one of the empty capsules that I use to reload, and I'm going to use the tough, like the fang, and just see if I can force it to eject the light into the capsule.
Yeah. I'm going to say roll me a strength check.
Okay. That's a 4, so that ain't gonna fucking do
Yeah,
it.
so you slam on it and you just get like this shockwave of energy shooting from it, and you're like, yeah, probably not the best idea. But yeah, he's just like, I wish you 3 all the best of luck, and I will meet you Luminos City tomorrow, hopefully. and he just jumps on his bike, and it like skims across the, kicking up the blackened dust and the purple smog as he just shoots off.
Well then, seeing as we three shall be working together for a little bit, I reckon we might as well get some time in and get ourselves to this vehicle that he prepared for us. I'm guessing none of you have extra light on you to have it powered?
I have some. I'm not sure if it'll be enough.
Yes,
I can have a look at it.
Interesting. I don't carry enough on me to power a land hopper, I don't think, no.
Well, I certainly don't have the light on me, but I might make it work. It's either going to be that or explode. I've never tried it on a landhopper.
Let's give it a shot then.
And as talking, like the little cannon just kind of just crawls back onto the top of my backpack, just kind of slots in, and just like
Nice.
you hear a little charging sound happening.
Yeah, just this coming from Gustav as his hand kind of just slots back into place. Raz, you were given the whereabouts where the landhopper is. It's not too far from here. You could probably make it easily in like the next hour or so, just at a normal brisk speed walk, so to speak. Don't have to go too fast, but it's been hidden well enough away where no one should find it by accident, put it that way.
And would Raz know how much light would normally be needed?
In units, last time you put into it 100 units before and it did nothing.
Fair enough.
I might be lacking a little bit, but if you can make it work, be impressed.
Well, no promises. As said, it's going to either work or explode. You know, like it is about 80% of the time it works all the time.
I like those odds.
Lace has listened to this conversation, but then he had an epiphany. Where's the venom sack? And while they're having this conversation, go try and find the venom sack.
Okay, for that, I'm going to need you to make me a medicine check with disadvantage.
That's fine. That's 12 total.
As you go looking for where it should be, it is normally in this creature's anatomy, it's normally placed near its heart, and there's like pumps that run through to its mouth. However, due to the punishment this has taken from the shots and everything, it has burst the venom sac.
Ah, that's a shame. That would have been funny to throw at somebody. Yeah. Sorry, we're doing what now?
Heading to the vehicle, because, you know, this is the first step we have to do. Well, seeing as we are going to be, infiltrating the most heavily defended city that exists on our planet, I would not be amiss to know how all of us can actually help in this matter. I mean, if you want to, I can start off. You know, I see myself a bit as an inventor and scientist. And I am certain that it is going to be of great use to all of us. I can show you a bit of the example when I get to the Land Raider, was it?
Landhopper.
Landhopper, yes.
I think they meant to hop
No,
across.
I have been experimenting with this new technology. It is still very, very early on, but if it works, it might even replace light as an energy source. Now, on the other hand, sadly, it is also costing me a lot of light to get this technology going. So, you know, good motivator to get yourself going into a difficult engagement.
Well, I've been impressed with what I've seen so far, so hope to see more of that.
My weapons seem not to be powered by light, so these are the ones that I have worked with mostly. my little gadgets, my pistol and stuff like that. But as said, not all technology seems to be very compatible, so it's a bit of a hit and miss at the moment.
Fair
Well,
enough.
I'm not completely covered in. Yes, this. I'm normally really good at getting into places I shouldn't be, so if anything, I'm relatively experienced with this job. It still sounds crazy, though, if I have to say anything about it.
If you want, I know a great place to help you clean off your clothes after this.
Oh, I'll find a way. Probably find a way to repurpose this goo somehow. You never know, it might taste nice when it's dried and turned to a powder.
I think I might
So with-
give that a miss.
I haven't tried eating one before either, so.
As for myself, I'm a fair shot, as you can see. I've also run these missions a fair few times, so nothing quite this big, but here's hoping it's a good score.
Well, then, seems I am the most new when it comes to these kind of things, but I shall try not to slow you all down.
I think you'll be fine. Just don't unceremoniously get your head blown off.
I try not to, mostly.
Good role to live by.
Ba, 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 ba. Very cheerful, for no apparent reason, climbing out of this creature, even though, just drenched. And I guess I'll take the hood off and the mask and put the earpiece in. And
Okay.
his looks do not match the personality. Like, really nice, kept hair, really kind of boyish face. And then, just put the mask back on, hood up, and just. So, which way are we seemingly going?
Believe it's just over there, about an hour away.
Well, I guess that's a better direction than none.
As you, Raz, point in the direction you're supposed to lead, realizing you made the right decision to start moving as like more of this chitter and bone sound starts and they start to get louder and like more of these shade scrapers like start to pop up as you're just fleeing the scene. Can I get a marching order from you guys?
I didn't catch
Raz
that
knows
one.
the way, so
Okay.
be leading.
Perfect. Yeah, marching
Yeah.
order. Correct. So Raz is first.
What would you like to be?
I go second, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, Lace would be kind of standoffish and kind of at the back, kind of
Perfect.
floating around.
In that case, then I'll get all of you to roll a perception check. Actually, why not?
Or thing boss.
That's 18 total.
Perfect.
That's a natural 1, so that's 4.
Okay.
15?
15. Okay, so with the nat 1, Gustav, you're kind of focused with like this sand that's like starts to make like almost like a sandstorm, and it starts to like grow, and like you have to clean your goggles a bit, so that kind of forces you to not pay too much more attention to the surroundings. Raz and Lace, though, with your perception checks, you get, as you're like walking out from the area you left, there's this like faint glow you can just see just like left of where you should be heading to. It's kind of like the same like kind of bluish glow as like light produces, just like kind of like it's like flashing just not too far, but it will take you off course to where you are supposed to go.
Think we should give that a miss, or
I can check it out from here. I should be able to. Just pull the rifle around, kind of tweak the scope a little bit, and just have a look through.
What you're talking about is I'm just kind of.
Yeah.
The dust is being a bit violent. I don't blame you for not seeing it.
Okay.
It's a
then,
good
yeah,
idea. I'm just gonna have to install some wipers next time.
Or just get a very long hood to kind of shield you from the dust. It's very useful.
I'm going to get you to make an investigation check with that rifle. I will give you advantage.
Okay. That is a natural 19 for 27.
27. So what you see as you look through the rifle, as you zoom into the source of this light, it is like this box, completely like pitch dark box with like glowing blue hinges. It's got like a blue like rim around it, and like if a chest, it's like a very close to being like a chest. So like all like the bolts and everything are like this blue light glow. So that's what you see.
Would I have seen anything like it at all? Or is this completely alien to me?
I mean, you would have seen essentially these things being the Lux chests. Typically, you use them to transport light. Yeah.
I may see what we could use to power the landhopper if our inventor friend there can't get it done. It's concerning that this chest in the middle of nowhere, though, could be a trap.
There is a chest out there.
Yeah, it seems to be one of the Lux crates. Don't know how much energy itself will have inside, but considering the glow, maybe enough.
Well, you should never say no to extra light. I mean, I can definitely have it try working, but there is no guarantee.
It's always nice to have a backup plan.
Perhaps you could take a closer look, see if there's anything more to this.
I can certainly have a look around, but how far off does it seem?
From where you are, probably about 120 to 180 foot from you. It's not too far, but it just takes you that bit off course.
I'll mess with the magnification again and just have a more in-depth look around, see if there's any like mounds or anything that could have been set up for like an ambush.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's call this another investigation check. Yeah.
Okay. That's 5, so 13 total.
13. As you like zoom in and you mess with the magnification. Yeah. Try saying that when you're working it out. You zoom and look, and you can't really see anything that would be completely obvious to you, just as one of the bolts in your lens of the rifle just flicks and it just like zooms to a far off bit, like it like zooms super close into the chest. So yeah.
Oh, that's fucking bright. Jesus, ow. Sorry. I think a piece of debris in the air hit the wrong side. God damn it. I don't see anything bad.
You want me to check it out?
I'm more than happy to sit here and cover you guys. It's more within my minimum.
It's okay. I have my methods. As I reach over to the other side of my backpack and I press a button, and this little device just pops out of my top. Just kind of unfurls its wings and it just kind of hovers there waiting.
Yeah.
Like a little...
This mechanical dragonfly of sorts just appears out of your backpack. It's just...
And I'll just kind of flick on something on my goggles and I'll just have it go off and investigate for me.
Perfect. So it still hovers there for a few moments and then all of a sudden scoots off in the direction. Make me roll. Yeah, make me roll. Roll me a perception check, please.
Do I use my own for that?
Because you're using the goggles, yes.
Okay.
I will give you advantage because it's a your thing.
Oh, thank God. I rolled in that one.
Oh, God.
That would be a 15.
A 15? As you look there, nothing apart from the box seems to be glowing in that direction. You do see a few like tracks near the box, but they're like going from the box instead of going to the box.
Seems safe. Best guess, lost cargo.
Well, more than happy to catch up if you guys want to go.
Well, you are the experts when it comes to the upworld, so
I'm just
give
going to
it a
get
look.
comfy in the sand and
Okay.
kind of like bury myself just with my head and the
Okay.
barrel sticking out. I'm just like,
Perfect.
As Raz is approaching, could he very surreptitiously try to reload?
Yes. Give me a sleight of hand on that reload.
Nat 20 for 28.
Oh, easy enough to do. You do it without any source of light being even exposed. You're just so smooth and quick. Just and Gustav, what are you doing as your dragonfly still hovering over that section?
I'll just have it go a little bit higher up so we can have a bit of an overview as I approach together with Raz.
Perfect. So as you all come to get close in on this Lux crate, that will be where we take a break. Welcome back. When we went just before the break, our heroes here found a Lux crate, ominously just placed in the middle of the top world. Using Gustav's inventions, they did a bit of an in-depth look around it, and Lace decided to bury himself in the sand to watch their backs. And Raz is fast approaching this crate, and that's where we pick up with Raz coming up onto the crate. Anything you want to do as you're approaching?
Yeah, just looking out for any traps, any footprints that look. I think you mentioned there was some leading away from it.
Yeah, perfect. I'll tell you what, give me a perception check for that.
Rolling well today. That is 22.
22. Okay. As now you look over, you see this spear sticking out of just like this, like as you're walking past, you nearly notice it, but like it's kind of just like this slight, tiny little mound, like possibly like a person buried in the sand. Just as you're like approaching this crate.
Kind of nodding towards it to Gustav.
Well then. Okay, it might not have been lost cargo. I'll approach the spear, and my first move is to brush away the soot and the dust that's on the floor.
Okay, so as you approach Spear and you like start to brush away the dust and the ash and the soot, you just see a guy with a mask on looking like back at you as you're looking down at him, and like the spear just like buried like standing up next to him, and he's just like looking up, and he goes to grab for like this little dagger he has on his belt as you're there. He's just like,
I'm guessing it's a language I don't recognize.
yeah, this is quite an abrupt language. There's like traces of like a slight hint of Elvish to it, but it's got like more of like a guttural undertone.
Well, he is grabbing for the knife. He's not pulling it just
Yeah,
yet,
yeah.
is
Like he literally, as like, because as you like start brushing, you saw like this hand slowly move, and then just as you like revealed his face, you saw the hand go, and it's like gripping onto the dagger. It hasn't pulled it yet.
Well, seeing as he hasn't pulled it yet, that kind of just means that he is not instantly planning to kill me. So I'm not gonna, attack him just out of nowhere. I just kind of look back. Well, I don't really look back to Raz, but I just kind of say to her, "Well, there is a angry man here. Do you speak gibberish?"
Not last I checked, but
He's going to pull out his revolver, kind of holding it in the figure's direction.
Okay.
I wouldn't reach for that so fast if I were you.
Just a question: how do these earpieces work?
They work in the sense of you can talk to each other, but it's not like you can
You
hear
can't hear
everything just
around.
going in the
Okay.
room. Yeah. It's almost like a two-way radio, so to speak. You have to actively like what's going on sort of thing.
Okay, so it isn't just transmitting,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
otherwise you'd just be hearing a bunch of gibberish while he's,
Yeah.
well, Lance just watching from a distance. Just
Well, in our fairness, we have someone that looks like he lives on the surface, so I just kind of reach up to my earpiece like, Les?
yes. What's up? Yeah. No.
Actually,
What?
speaking of which, the mask that the guy has on, does it look similar to Lace's?
No, this one kind of has like a different kind of breathing apparatus. Like it's kind of more like old school, like World War II kind of looking, like in our world anyway, looking gas mask, just for reference.
Well, regardless, I'll just talk to Lace. Lace, do you speak Overworld?
You could say that. I know most of the languages.
Well, there is an angry guy here.
Oh, but I was just comfy. Fine. And just, I guess I will get up and kind of rush over. So,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna keep.
dash and run.
I'll stay hunched over the guy. I'll just back up a little bit from him while keeping my hand on him instead of being at close face.
He does like let go of the knife and like he puts his hands up like this and like goes to reach for the mask. As he's like going to reach for the mask.
Is Raz able to speak Elvish? Does it mean anything
Oh, you'll be able
to
to.
him?
You know what? You'll be able to capture some of it. I tell you what. Roll me just a base intelligence check just to see how much of the language you can pick up based on in some
15?
15. So you kind of like understand some words, and some words mean different things in Elvish. As like you're definitely thinking that's not what he means. Like you get like the sentence of like, let me dog with the sun to press so I can communicate with the great and has a hat. That's what like you kind of like start to hear like with the broken Elvish like undertones of this language.
Yeah, I think you might be right about that gibberish thing. Sounds Elvish, but
I mostly am. But seeing, can I deduce that he's just wanting to take his mask off?
I would say you probably could work out he probably wants to do something in that fashion. Yeah, like the mask doesn't look threatening in any sense of like there's any like hidden weaponry from where you've like hunted. Yeah.
I'm not going to assume that he knows our language. So I'm just going to kind of gesture to him and like go like mask, take off. That it's like good to go.
And then he like pushes a thing on the side, and you just see like this pulse of light just flow over where the mouth bit is, and he's like, "That is so much better. Can you understand me now?"
Ah, there we go.
Why did you disturb my sleep?
Well, we saw a chest in the middle of nowhere, so we went to have a look.
My chest. Why you want my chest? And just as you get there, Lace, you're now here wearing like, and you're like, hang on, this is just normal language.
Normal. That's not. Do you not understand what we normally speak now?
Well, he took his mask off. He sounds a lot more intelligible now.
Can I look at the mask and kind of deduce what's going on?
Oh, you want to look at them? Make me a. Let's call it a history check for all purposes.
Well, that's a natural 18. That's great. Dirty 20.
Okay. Dirty 20. So as you look at this mask, you recognize the design of this mask. These are the masks of the Dirt Dogs. They were a group that lived top world, not very nice, kind of known for just stabbing first, asking questions later, any means to get what they want. They have their purpose, but as like the world's evolving and things, their purpose is becoming less and less.
Okay. Thinking that open conversation is, active right now, I'll be like, do you just want to come out and just sit? We can have a conversation. I'm very fascinated about your technology. I've been interested in how you get the translator working. And
that's mine.
What, you invented the translator?
No, it's mine.
Yes, I understand it's yours, but how do you... Anyway, is there another way more comfortably you would like to talk instead of using the energy?
I would prefer to talk in my native language rather than this, whatever this bastardized version of it is.
Because I know both Dwarvish, Elvish, and Thieves can't.
Oh, then
so
Thieves can't. With Thieves can't, you'll probably be able to understand Top World, yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'll just. Is there somewhere next to him I can just sit and just.
I mean, he's just lying in the ash
In the
and
sand.
dirt, really. Yeah, like.
Just sit next to him, just have a conversation, just like. So I'm guessing you own this. That's what we foresaw.
As he noticed you start to speak to him in Top World, he's gonna like press the button. He's be like, and you two hear Agathera Agatha Gatorega, and what he says is, "This mine. I took it from a person. Took his hand as well." And he goes to like his pocket and just gets out a hand.
So, what? There was a shipment or something that came past, or was this just a random person you stole this from?
He was on bike and he had shiny armor, and I took it from him.
Give me a second. Can I press the earpiece and try and talk to our employer and see if he's alive?
Okay.
just a hunch.
Yeah. What do you want to say?
Just a weird question. You alive? Well, breathing? Still have both hands?
You just hear, I was jumped. 6 of them.
Oh. Do you want your hand back?
I have both my hands.
Apparently they took one of your hands, or they took someone's hand. They've got a hand here. Is this chest yours? We're sitting next to a luck chest. I'm guessing it isn't yours, but, just making sure you're not the person that this person I'm speaking to jumped.
I mean, I was literally jumped like less than 10 minutes ago. So, unless they got there quickly, it's
We also
okay.
went in the
Can I have
opposite
a-
direction to you as well, so...
Yeah, have a quick look at the tracks and see how old they are roughly. If I
Yeah, definitely. Give me an investigation on that one.
Unless by some miracle we end up going in a circle and we didn't go towards the land hopper.
can. It would be a 30.
A 30. With that, these tracks are definitely a few days old, and like as you can see, like the dust settled on top of him. Like some of it he put there himself, but like there's been like a thick layer, so he's been here for a couple of days at least.
I just kind of turn over. Like, it most likely is not him. This seems to be several days old.
Okay, well,
Whereas-
hopefully we'll see you soon, I guess. And
Yeah.
Do you need any backup or continue on as planned?
Continue. Don't let my stupidity,
bad luck.
be a way of stopping the mission. Worst case scenario, go to Plan B.
Ooh, cool. Question.
Yes.
So you do have both hands.
Yes. Would you like me to clap?
Okay. How would you activate the earpiece then and clap at the same time?
Valid point.
I'll believe you. Anyway, just stop technically being rude and just go. I have a hide we could trade for it. Box for the hide and make some great clothing, make you more safe against the chittery things.
What hide?
I also have a fang of one of them. Just bringing a sack around. Just
Food.
decent size.
You have food.
Yeah. Do you want to swap it for the crate?
This is very interesting offer. I do like food, but I do like treasure.
I also have one of the fangs as well. I could throw in.
Food.
Well, if you could move this treasure that you say would have moved it days ago.
It's very
And
heavy.
I'll translate as well, since
you just hear him angry, be like, but he's just like, it's very heavy.
Food is light.
So I'll just translate the whole conversation so he's more comfortable.
But food is light. Huh? Okay.
Yes, and then we can take box. You don't have to worry about keeping it safe. We keep it safe, and you get food.
What about if you give me food and I give you box?
That sounds like a good deal, yes.
Yes, good deal.
I'll wrap the fang up in the hide for him and just give it him.
Ade. Thank you.
And then I'll say to him, we can have the box.
Box yours, yes. And you just see him go to his mask, and he like twists one side forward, one side back, and you just see like the top, like the bottom part of his mask open, and just like this jaw of like fangs just open, and like it splits into four and just like swallows the food whole. And then like he switches his mask back down. Very good food. Now do you take box? But my home.
Oh, yeah. No, we'll leave your home. Oh, also got this. Have this as an extra and like a little ration pack that actually is actual decent food, not just.
He's just like,
no, not good enough. Okay.
You insult me.
What about this? Pulls out the crowbar. Do you want to eat that?
That is crowbar, not food.
I'm just making sure. I don't remember what you guys enjoy eating. It's been a while since
I will eat you.
We'll take box and leave.
Good idea.
I'll get up and like, apparently you're going to eat me, so I think we could just get the box and, I'm not a carrier though, I will admit.
So I'll just kind of look over to Lace. Like, so if we have deal, we have a deal.
Yeah, no, we have to do box stars. He's already at the hide and fang.
Very well. I walk over to the box and I'll try lifting it. I activate my gloves.
Okay. Yeah, so this pulse of like very faint light from your backpack radiates, but then like there's this crackling sound and just this lightning arcs that go down your arm into your gloves, and they glow, but not with the same intensity as light. And like you just see these arcs of lightning around his gloves, and he just puts one hand either side of this crate and it just like lifts from the ground.
I guess that was the stuff you've been working on. Ready
Yeah,
for
it's a prototype. I mean, we don't have to go that far, so I am reasonably certain it shall hold until we get there.
Very well. Lead the way. Rex? Works? Raz? Raz, that's the one. I
That's the one.
apologize.
How
I'm gonna
big is
turn.
that bloody box?
It's definitely like A3 width of paper, like long. So you're definitely probably that is probably easier to carry it like that, definitely. And it's probably like actually a good 2 foot deep as well.
It means nothing to me, but I'll trust you.
I'll turn back to the dust dog, isn't it? Yeah, and just be. I will try and come back. I know this area. I'll bring you more food as friend.
Food. I like food. And
Do you
hands.
find me? I can see what I can do about hands.
Yes.
You find me treasure?
You give me 8 hands, I bring you treasure.
Deal. I'll see what I can do. I'll see you soon.
But I want fingers on hands.
Treasure must be good.
Treasure will not be broken.
Deal.
And he just goes back and like digs, like covers himself back into the sand.
They are fascinating people once you get to know them. Anyway, I'm not going to translate any of that conversation, by the way, for the other two.
Raz is keeping it quiet that he's understood every word of it. It's just kind of.
Yes, well.
Shall we go? Because,
Yes.
as said, I trust this will hold for an hour or something like that. But I'd prefer not to get squished if it goes wrong.
Away we go. I didn't use anything, did I? Just checking, like, the charge on both weapons. Just like, oh, no, I didn't. Oh, strange. I was planning time for that to go a lot worse than it did.
As a small side note, do take note that we are slightly more visible now, as I'm walking with that big box on top of my head.
Oh, most definitely. And I'm just gonna go back like a good 15 feet, so I'm in more the shadow.
Yep.
And kind of just keep on the peripheral.
I'll scout ahead a bit, make sure.
I'm also starting to think maybe we should just open the bloody box and see what's in there. Maybe that's smaller to carry.
I think, to my knowledge, it's easier if we put the box into the landhopper, and it should do its own thing then. These are containment units, like large batteries, pretty much. So
Okay.
unlike the small ones that we carry around for currency, these ones are more industrial scale.
And I'll get a perception check from you, Raz, for scouting ahead.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So as you look ahead, you start to get your bearings again, and you highlight the course where you have to go. However, you do see not too far away, when you're to where your actual landhopper is, there's like a few dust and smoke clouds that's like whipping up, and they seem to be heading in the direction of your landhopper.
Seem like natural things, or more like picked up by another vehicle, for example?
Yeah, definitely more on the vehicle side.
Seems like we might have some company heading in hot.
Well, we better pick up the pace then.
Or we could use the thing as a trap and flip it on them if they happen to come by.
I do like the second one. Let me go find a mound. Like, kind of giddy sounding at the second part, and just looks for like a relatively large mound of dust and just dives into it.
Is that alright with you, Gustav?
Well, they are heading our way anyway, so might as well have a look who they are before,
I didn't ask, can
Engage.
your gloves do that again, or is it once you've done it, it kind of stays on and then has like a reset period?
I'm going to actually check that quickly.
Because if you needed charging, I have a little bit on me that I could do if it allows that, but I know you're doing prototypes and...
Oh, they should be able to do this.
Oh,
As long
okay,
as my
well,
as long as my battery is charged, it should be okay.
well, I guess give your battery a rest then, and we get ready. Just disappearing into this mountain, all you see is like this, just the barrel and like the edge of the scope poking out.
Okay. So
Probably setting up a little bit closer to
Yep.
this chest. Also trying to hide
And I'll hide myself, I guess, wherever Raz is hiding. Then.
Yep.
a little bit of a flank, maybe.
okay, perfect.
So I rolled for the stealth, just
Yeah.
so you know. Natural 20 for 31.
Okay.
So
Want us to roll as well? Seeing as we're technically hiding.
Yeah.
It's a 22 for
22.
Raz.
That's 12.
A 12. So as you all hide and prepare as this vehicle storms ahead, this vehicle has these giant, large, spiked wheels that seem to be eating away at the dust as it drives forward. Very open design, like it looks like almost like scaffolding built around it into like this box. Like there's no like clear like panels or anything like that. It's all like open and bare, and you see in the vehicle there's 4 gloom reachers, and they're just driving. One of them just shouts, "Well, I think we better stop up soon. I don't know how much we got left in the tank of this thing, but I don't want to stop here. You know what's here." And then you hear the other one's like, I know what you mean. I wouldn't want to stop here either, but I don't think we got much choice. We probably got about 20 minutes left of fuel in this little thing. And, oh, is that a landhopper? And they just start to like scoot over towards where the landhopper is resting.
Probably waiting for them to get out, if anything.
Okay.
I'm imagining this vehicle's a bit more protected than nothing.
Yeah, I mean, mechanically they probably would get half cover from it. Definitely would still be able to hit it because of the bars and things like that, it would give them some form of cover. However, they do stop, and one of them, you just hear one of them shout, I thought you said we had 20 minutes left of fuel. Well, I don't do math. I just, I drive. That's my job. And they get out and they start to look at the landhopper. And a bigger, more rotund one of them gets out. And he's just like, I don't think that this has any charge either. I can fix that. I got a fair bit of light from that little do not talk about our deeds in public. There's no one around here. I would appreciate if you kept it quiet. Okay, let me go see what I can do. And he goes inside the landhopper. And you still have two of them outside and the bigger rotund one outside.
Did they come from the direction that we will be heading in?
Yeah, so they come from the direction you would be heading in, correct, yeah.
I'll just kind of talk through the earpiece, like in a whisper. I know Raz is right next to me, but so Lace can hear it too. Well, you two are the specialists when it comes to these kind of things. So I will follow your lead.
They might have some intel from where we're heading, so shall I head?
I doubt it. At best, we'll get some light from them. That is my guess. For traveling purposes.
I'm curious. What I recognize, obviously, their, for lack of a better word, uniform. Garb, kind of.
Yeah, you would, yeah.
Okay. It's not a bad idea. Second question, then. We kind of know how the structure normally works. Who does what kind of thing?
Yeah, you would know that there's kind of like the scout, there's the gunner, and then there's the commander. They're typically the ranks that you've been given before. There's a few others, but they're like the main kind of ones.
Well, I would, due to past experiences, say the big one is the one in charge. The two either side should probably be scouts, and I'm guessing the one that went inside is some kind of middle guy, engineer, kind of guy that keeps the vehicles working and drives them, I'm going with. So I guess we leave him and get rid of the ones that are actually probably a threat. Big guy, definitely biggest threat. We'll like you both to know.
So we're going straight in, guns blazing, or want to
Well,
try
it's
talking first?
It's either that or they steal our vehicle, but up to you. I'm happy to sit here and wait if you want to try talk.
No, I'm open to it. I'll let you make the call. You got the best view.
Oh, most definitely. I could see the stubble on his face.
Well, if you really want me to, I can go forward and talk to them. You guys can always intervene if necessary.
Well, I guess we all heard the conversation, right? They were really loud. You're more than welcome to. You could use the kind of hook that you're trying to get this crate to fuel the landhopper. Maybe use that as a hook.
Sounds fair enough. As
you-
I'll pick up the crate and I'll carry it with me, very obviously walking towards the lads. Well, I trust you guys will be there to catch me if something goes wrong.
Oh, most
Got you
certainly.
back.
But I walk up to them with a crate over my head.
Still carrying it over your head.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the premise. I'm bringing in the necessary fuel to
Amazing.
fuel my landhopper.
Yeah, just remember that technically this is your vehicle, so if they ask anything, yeah, go with that.
So you come out and immediately they see like this glow and the big guy's just like, we have company. Please, everyone be prepared. And you see the two scouts, they start to grab out like these almost like bone-like daggers, and they grab them out and they go to the other side, which has got like this kind of like pocket shield, like looks like a knuckle duster, and they put it on their knuckles and it kind of flicks back on their wrist and a tiny little buckler shield just comes out of it with a bone dagger. Hey, you there, stop.
Ah, welcome. I see you found my landhopper.
It is
It's a
not
bit out of
yours.
fuel. Oh, it is. That's why I'm carrying this fuel pack to recharge it.
I do not believe you are... Wait, why would you be carrying lights in the open like this?
Why shouldn't I? I don't fear you guys.
And you say this is your landhopper?
Ah, yes. I mean, I ran out of fuel, so I kind of had to leave it here. I had my associates nearby, so I could go get myself some extra fuel for it.
Well, if it's your...
I mean, think of it. Look, you guys looks like some very tough boys, yes?
The two scouts just like... And the guy's just like, do not embarrass us.
Well, think of it this way. Would I approach you guys? I mean, to be fair, you were not very stealthy. I saw you from a mile away. Would I approach you guys if I was not certain I could get away if something went wrong?
Okay, if this is your landhopper, prove it. What is the access code to the trunk?
I'll just kind of put
Mercenary?
my... I'm hoping so. So I'm just kind of put my
Okay.
hand to the ear and just kind of like, do you happen to know the access code to the trunk?
Yeah, Raz, you would know, yeah.
Referring to it? Yep.
As I get the code, is like, you want me to put it in or will you check?
You tell me and I will put it in.
Fair enough. As I give him the access code to the trunk and only the trunk.
He like stands up and now you can appreciate he's very big. Whereas he was like hunched over and sat before, he's like stands up and he's way over 7 foot and almost as wide. And you see like this giant, like it looks like some form of Lux weaponry. But it's like crudely almost like built by them. Like it doesn't look like factory built. It looks like they've like almost welded like 4 rifles together.
I see how the Americans did in World War II.
Yeah, pretty much. And he goes over to the trunk and he punches in the access code and the trunk opens. And he's like, we'll be taking these weapons that's here, you know, to help you continue with your lighter load so you don't waste so much energy.
I see. So I will have to tell my associates to take your heads off with the snipers they have trained on.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Want me
What
to
that
take a
came through on
warning
the
shot?
earpiece is the question, yeah.
That's a. I mean, I could do that while I was holding it, my finger against it.
Yeah.
Actually, you said that the earpiece doesn't pick up surrounding sound. It picks up sound that you speak. Yeah.
Yeah, only what you speak, yeah.
Yeah, but
Do I
as long
have
as
to
you
press
set the
it or
sniper
not?
part.
No, it's just like if you say it, it would pick it up. Like it's, but it wouldn't.
So I said.
Yeah.
So I said the sniper part out loud.
Yeah.
So
That is a
that,
dirty 20, by the way.
Okay. He
just
kind
in
of like
case-
just looks at you.
Oh, I think I know what he's planning to do. But
I would like to deliberately hit one of the bucklers square in the center and knock the guy off balance as a warning.
Okay. Roll me an attack to hit, please.
Advantage because of being hidden?
I'm going to say it's a straight roll because you're just aiming for the buckler. So that would make
Okay.
it disadvantage, but because you're hidden, it would be advantage. So it's straight roll.
Well,
Okay. Do me a favor. Roll me some damage. Just,
okay. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. That is... Oh, it's a 9, so that's 13 plus 18 damage.
Was that with your sneak as well?
I didn't do sneak. Good point. 1 second.
You're going to be
4,
destroying the buckler.
10, 13, 15 sneak damage, and 18 radiant. So it's 18 radiant, 15 pierce.
Cool. So as you fire this shot to hit the buckler, because you didn't roll high enough to hit his AC, you're just slightly off, and it shoots at the open doorway just as the other guy went inside is coming out, and that shot just goes straight through him, and he just gets like cut in half by this shot, and the guy's like, "What was that for?"
He's saying that to me.
Yeah, because he's just like in shock now. He literally just heard like, and like his guy coming out just like, "Hey boss, I think I got," like literally cut in half with the shot.
Well, I think my associates are very enthusiastic.
Warning shots are supposed to miss, right?
Yeah, well, we're giving him the benefit of the doubt, and these guys can't be assholes. Here, I've got an idea. Tell him that we're willing enough to help them with their fuel problems. They're willing to let us finish what we've got to do.
Well, it seems that one of my associates seems to be very cooperative with you today. He is willing to help you out with your fuel problem. If we can just leave with our landhopper.
You fix our vehicle first.
We can try. There's no problem. Can I actually check how much fuel there is in the box I'm carrying? I would actually like to find that out. Will it be enough to get us to our destination? Do we have enough to share? If not, I will be fucking around with my electricity.
We need about 5 hours of fuel, don't we?
Yeah, so essentially this thing will eat 200 units of fuel per hour. So you need about 1,000 units fuel. Roll me... No, you don't need to roll, actually. As you check the fuel thing, this has 500 units of light in it.
That's not enough.
No.
Well, I will try to partially charge their unit with a charge of my backpack.
Okay.
If it blows up, it's not our vehicle, right?
Well, it's going to be very interesting. So, you go over to their vehicle, and you're going to use a charge. I need you to roll me percentile dice. And anything 75 and below, you're in the clear. Anything 74 and below, you're in the clear. 75 and above, there's going to be consequences.
Well, as I'm fiddling with that, I will kind of whisper to just enough so the ear catches it.
Yeah.
Well, this will go either very well or very bad. So whatever it is, be ready.
That's fine. I'll aim for his face this time, and not the guy coming out the back.
I rolled an 81.
Okay. As you send a charge through your pack into this vehicle, can you make me a dex saving throw, please?
Poor thing. Dexterity. That would be an 8.
Okay. As the charge of your electricity goes into the machine, and you just hear it like like start revving, and it starts to like almost like move by itself as a discharge of the electricity bounces out, hits you. You will take 5 points of thunder damage on the recoil from the charge. The vehicle flares up, however, just as it's and it shoots out this almighty bolt of lightning. I need you to roll me 10d10, please.
10 D10s, okay.
10
Can I,
D10.
I'm just going to do that to D&D Beyond because that's going to be easier. Bum. Easier than doing it manually. Do you need the total amount or the separate ones?
Total, please.
63.
63. Now I need to roll dex saves for them guys nearby. As this bolt comes out.
Please hit the big guy. Please hit the big guy.
The big guy rolls a nat 1. So he's definitely getting like literally he pokes his head round from the trunk as this wave of lightning and he just like saps him straight in the face. The scout that got the buckler was trying to shoot the buckler, gets a nat 20, so he's okay. Well, he takes half damage. And the other guy fails also. So this just shoots that out. This lightning courses through and hits them all. Raz, can you roll me a d20, please? I just want to see if the landhopper's affected.
That's an 8.
An 8? Okay, so the landhopper is hit with this as well, and you just hear the landhopper start to as that is also going to now explode.
Kind of head in hands. You certainly don't do things by the half, do you?
Oh, this one great. Don't worry about it.
So for the landhopper exploding, I need... Yeah, I'll get
And
you to
I was the problem?
I need you to roll me 10d6 and 5d12.
Me or
Yeah, I'm going to get you to do it because you caused this chain reaction to go off.
oh, great! So, what do you want me to roll?
So 10d6 and 5d12. I'm then going to have to get all
together.
Yeah, all together. No, you'll have to give me the total of the d12s and total of d6s. And then
shit.
Also, after you've done that, tell me the damage. Then you three are going to have to roll saves because this is a big enough blast.
Okay, 10d6s. There you go. That is 35.
Okay, 35.
And
5
how many
d12s?
d12s?
5.
That's
36.
36.
71 total.
Okay, so that will be... So the d6s was 35?
Yep.
So that is 35 points of fire damage it will be, and then 36 points of
Electricity.
slashing damage.
Oh, okay. Shrapnel. Gotcha.
Who does it hit? Who does it not hit?
I need you three to roll a dex save. The big guy's got, and the other scout's got a roll as well. They get disadvantage because they're so close to the...
Natural 20 for
Okay,
28.
that's better. That is a 21 total.
19?
19. Okay, so
I rolled an 18.
you guys all save, so you'll take half damage unless you have evasion or anything like that. So,
None at all.
Yeah.
The sand protects me.
The amount of damage I've taken, I'm actually going to be out regardless.
okay.
Just barely, but still out.
So let's recap the last 15 seconds as
I'm exactly at 0.
The big guy failed, and so did the other scouts, so they are barbecued.
Yeah, sorry, before, can I actually use my shield to catch some of that damage for me?
You know what?
Actually, I don't think that's going to do anything unless it's allowed.
I will allow it because of the shrapnel coming at you. I will allow you to. I will put you at 1 hit point.
Sure. So, you guys don't know this yet, but I do have a shield that I can extend from my gauntlets, which is kind of forms a form of energy shield. I've yet to use it, but here you go.
So, recapping the last 15 seconds, Gustav goes over to their vehicle, taps on his backpack, and gets out like these, almost like these defibrillator pads. Pushes it where the engine of this vehicle is, sends the charge in. That arcs through the vehicle. The vehicle like revs louder than ever. However, it backlashes at Gustav, causing a reaction that sends this lightning out, hitting everything around, including the landhopper, which then causes the landhopper to explode. Thank God you didn't charge landhopper, otherwise it would have been double that damage. So,
Question:
yes.
Is the crate caught in the explosion? Because wouldn't that also go bang?
Oh, that's
Sorry, but
that's a very good point, actually. You know what? We'll do a
Let's say the
D6.
crates are fine.
No. We'll leave it to a D6. Odds will be the crate is fine. Evens will be it explodes. Now, who wants to roll that?
I'll do it.
Sure.
That's a 6.
So it explodes.
I thought Ethan was fine.
No, odds it's fine. Evens it explodes.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, no, that goes up. Yes.
Are we lighting up the skies?
That
Lighting up the whole surrounding area.
yeah, that
You thought Luminos was bright. Look what we're doing.
yeah, literally that as that like gets caught and that explodes, that sends a pillar of light energy that lights up the whole of the planet, essentially. Like from where you see it, it looks like it becomes daylight again
For a second.
yeah, for like literally.
Oh.
And then it immediately fades, and just like this wave goes out. That will be interesting coming up later. But with everything gone, you just managed to get your shield up just in time, just as this bit of shrapnel comes like for your throat, Gustav. But you managed to defend it off, just getting the shield up just in time. Lying down on the ground, landhopper destroyed, vehicle destroyed. I feel that's a great point to pause and end today's session. And pick it up next week of where things are going to go. So next week we'll be back with part 2 of this, and the following week we'll be back to our main campaign. So until then, we'll catch you later.